What's up, everybody? So it turns out, Samsung's event is taking place in San Francisco. I was actually willing to fly out there and attend the event, but Samsung doesn't want to give me an invitation. So today I received what looks like to be the actual specs of the Galaxy S10e, the Galaxy S10, and the S10 Plus. Anybody want to know what the specs state? Let's check it out. Well, first of all, the Galaxy S10e. I guess that's supposed to be their economy version, and that's what the E is for. Maybe they'll say something else, but it is definitely the model that has the least amount of greatness in the specs, although the specs do seem pretty great. So, let's start off with the Samsung Galaxy S10e. It is going to be 7.9 millimeter thick, like everybody gives a shit about that. It's going to weigh 150 grams. It's going to have a 5.8 inch dynamic AMOLED HDR Plus Infinity O display. O display, I am assuming, stands for their little circle that has the camera carved out in the display. For all of you people that think that that's a bad idea, where else are they going to put the front-facing camera? You want the display to go from end to end, top to bottom, all over the place, yet you're going to give shit about the little hole in the display? Well, guys, you have to remember, the top of the display, where the circle is going to be, is probably going to be cut out when you're using the phone for anything, that shows your battery, the antenna strength, notifications. That's all going to be up there. So who gives a shit? Let's move on. That Infinity O display, it's going to be 2280 by 1080 resolution with 438 ppi. And according to this, it's going to have Gorilla Glass 5. Not bad. I don't know why anybody would, complain about all that. It's going to have an 8 nanometer processor. That's pretty insane. It's going to give us better battery, and it's going to run faster. 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 or 256 gigs of storage, 12 megapixel. Well, according to this, it's going to have 2 cameras on the back, 12 megapixel and a 16 megapixel. I don't know if it's going to come in 2 different forms, or it's going to have both on the back so you can get those pictures with the depth. Those pictures, I think, look awesome. The front-facing camera is going to be 10 megapixel, selfie camera with dual pixel, autofocus, 4K, UHD, all that, crap that we're all used to. The battery is supposed to be 3100 mAh. Not bad. It's going to have a side fingerprint sensor. I'm assuming they're talking about the side of the phone where you can just drag your finger across it and it's going to unlock for you. We'll have to see how that works out. I plan on having the Galaxy S10, so we'll see. Of course, face recognition, AKG headphones and speakers, which makes it sound awesome. It's going to be Dolby USB-C connectivity. It's going to come in white, green, black, and yellow. Although it says prism white, prism green, prism black, and canary yellow. They changed it for the yellow, right? Okay. Let's move on to the regular Galaxy S10. That is actually going to be thinner than the Galaxy S10e. It's going to be 7.8 millimeters thick, but it's going to weigh 157. So the weight is a little bit more, but it's going to be a little bit thinner. Now, everybody's going to ask, why is that? Well, let's see. That's probably because it's going to have a 6.1 inch display, so it's going to be a larger phone, obviously. And again, it's going to have dynamic AMOLED HDR Infinity O display, but the resolution on this one is 3040 times 1440 with 550 ppi. It's probably going to look insane. And the Gorilla Glass on this is going to be 6. Again, it's going to have the 8 nanometer processor, 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, 128 to 512 gigs of storage. That's a lot of storage. Now, the cameras on the back, it still states that it's going to be 12 megapixel and 16 megapixel, and the front-facing camera is going to be a 10 megapixel, again, just like the Samsung Galaxy S10e. But the battery on this is going to be 3400. Not bad. Now, I did forget to mention that on the Galaxy S10e and on the Galaxy S10, it states that you're going to be able to have wireless power share, which means you're going to be able to share the power from the phone with like the Samsung buds that are going to be announced on the 20th. Obviously, those are wireless buds that go right into your ear just like normal, but you'll be able to charge them right from your phone if they run out of battery. This is supposed to have an ultrasonic fingerprint, advanced on-screen fingerprint, 3D scan. And so apparently they're putting the fingerprint sensor on the display. Not on the side, not on the back, how everybody complained how it was on the back because all of you people use the fingerprint scanner so often, right? Okay. Face recognition, the AKG headphones and speakers, Dolby, USB-C, blah, 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 blah. Now, the Galaxy S10 Plus, this is where it really gets out of hand with these specifications. Now, if these specifications are correct, and my source is pretty good, this is going to be a powerhouse, and I don't see Apple beating this at all in the next 3 years, let alone this year, next year, okay? So, again, it has the 8nm processor, but the display is a 6.3-inch dynamic AMOLED HDR plus Infinity O display with 3040 1440 resolution, 522 ppi. Now, if I compare that to the Galaxy S10, the Galaxy S10 says it's 550 ppi, and this is 522 ppi. We're going to have to put into consideration that it's a larger display, so the dots per inch is probably going to be affected in that area. Now, I said before on how it has 6 or 8 gigs of RAM. The Galaxy S10 Plus will go up to 12 gigs of RAM. 12 gigs of RAM in a phone. Are you going to be doing serious editing with this phone? Well, now it's a good possibility you can. 128 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, or 1 terabyte of storage. We're moving away from smartphones completely, and it's just going to be pocket laptops at this point. The cameras don't change. It still says the 12 megapixel, 16 megapixel, 10 megapixel. But the battery takes a step up. It goes all the way up to 4100 mAh. So if you're going to be doing any battery sharing, you're going to have plenty to share. I mean, 8 nanometers chip, which doesn't use as much battery power, will help in this situation, considering the fact that everybody always complains that they run out of juice in all their electronics. The phone should hold on, and don't be one of those people that keeps the display wailing high, you know, really, really bright, because you can't see. You're going to be able to see with this. It has an insane brightness scale listed for all of these phones, so you don't have to pump it all the way up. Start using that power save mode. There's many options in there that don't affect the system at all. So it goes down to ultrasonic fingerprinting, again, face recognition, AKG headphones and speakers, Dolby, USB-C, IP68 certification, blah, 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 blah. Now, the colors for the Galaxy S10 are only white, green, and black, prism, blah, blah. And then we have, for the Galaxy S10 Plus, it's going to be prism white, prism green, prism black for the 8 gig RAM models, luxurious ceramic black, and luxurious ceramic white for the 12 gig RAM models. Okay, so you'll be able to tell straight off if someone has the higher model or lower model. I don't know if they did that on purpose, so the people with the better models can rip on the people with the less. Either way, it doesn't matter. With these specifications, you're going to have a powerhouse phone, whether it is 8 gigs of RAM or 12 gigs of RAM. I don't give a shit what you think. This is going to be an insane phone. Apple, you can suck it.